Hello, here with Andy, and this is Stealth Build, trying out the new card, Mercur. So this is a very, very good stealth card. It's a stealth source, so it's an econ source, but also can draw cards, and the credits can be used for anything, which is kind of crazy. So you can use this to pay for breaking stuff, for installing stuff, for traces, whatever you want to do. Pretty sweet. So it is 3 influence, which is hefty. We've made some compromises to squeeze 2 copies of it in here. Maybe 1 is the right number, I'm not totally sure. And up against Harmony Medtech. Not sure what to think about this. I suppose we'll find out soon enough. So we can start contracting if we want to discard. I don't really want to discard, so maybe we will just set up our board a little bit. If he doesn't ice, we can start making some runs with the contract. Oh. That's probably going to go through. I think I don't contest that. Let's just start taking some pokes at R&D and see what we can get. Cerebral Overrider. Oh, baby. Whew. That's pretty spicy. So he wants to score here. We'll be able to do like 4 runs in R&D, or at least 3 runs in R&D. Interesting. Improved protein source. So he's halfway there right now, and we are not even started getting our breakers set up. All right, so let's go R&D, see if we find anything to trash. If we spend our Ghost Runner credit to trash something, it will trigger this and we'll get $1 or a card, which is pretty sweet. But alas, it's just a quandary. He's on $4. I guess Cobra's pretty bad, but other than that, HQ's probably good for us to go to. Let's see what we got. Oh, Cortex Lock. Nasty. But he's on $2, so this is maybe okay. Could be an issue, this refractor being lost. Maybe this was a little bit aggressive. June bug, yeah, I'll get rid of that. Is he gonna kill me somehow? No way, right? We'll just draw it. Second hotel is good, we can kind of chain them. So we do have a passport for our other breaker. We may just have to not get into Codegate remotes. Bounces back up with the research fundraiser, and now we're loaded on credits. Huh. So you kind of have to be aware of this. This could be like DNA tracker that would really mess us up. Leela's not much good here. We're going to just try to fill our MU, I think. So what do we get? Not exactly what we're looking for. This turning wheel is pretty good. Yeah, we'll start it now. So we can fill our memory, we can just siphon through this, but I don't want to take 3 net and lose good stuff. We just need to see some cards, and I don't really know how we can go too much faster than Earthrise and other stuff. All right. So he's popping it preemptively, makes sense. Let's see if we can find any programs. Not really what we're looking for. So say we go to Ian. We even could take Nero if we're going to worry about sentries for a little while. Nah. let's just take Ian since we're behind on points. This should completely solve our money problems, really. Oh, I should have gone to Silhouette. Because we can siphon into 3, but the problem is it doesn't get there. I don't want to check that. I really don't want to check that card. Yeah, we'll just go HQ. It's fine. Do we take the damage? No. He might straight up win here, but I really think he's faking us. Research fundraiser, blah. Like we already saw a June bug and we already saw an overwriter. So Audrey is playing quite a few things. Yeah, you're just advancing it to 4. He would have already won if this is an agenda. So this is like a Grindle refinery. Not sure exactly what that is, but something we don't overly care about. So let's bring on the account siphons. Let's use it for draw, actually. I'm gonna clear. I don't really want to because I feel like he's got no punishment. Yeah, let's just siphon him again. He still has 2, so this is not, can't be. Overrider doesn't kill us. Junebug still kills us. Ronin it could be also. How do you feel about running into Junebug right here? Feels kind of bad, right? Yeah, let's not run into Junebug right now. I mean, the only reason we would run it if it's like a Ronin or a Grindle Refinery would care about. I mean, now he's so poor, right? Is he really going to... push it right now with his last 3 credits? Let's see if he is. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Unless he's unscorched, then it's not fine. I think there's a shock in there. Probably not. Let's see what these cards are. Oh, there is a shock in there. Okay. Well, that's fine then. Hopefully he doesn't have Scorched Earth. But he only has 2 credits. He can credit Scorch us and then I'll be impressed. Maybe this is the Ronin. Is this the Ronin? Even if we just drawn and drawn, it wouldn't have done anything. Ah, okay. Well, it was a trap, but he's going to back channels it. I approve. So biotic and a bunch of stuff does it for him. We can worry about snares. Yeah, let's take a look in here. Shock again. Okay. Probably special order first, but I think I'm going to draw my breaker naturally very, very soon. Yeah, okay, there it is. That one, if we get hit, it's fine. Do you think he scores here? I think there's no way he's got like exactly biotic in hand for another protein source. Okay, so he's gonna just slam it behind the old code gate. All right, well, he can't res Lotus on this at this point, so we're going in. If he has exactly like Quandary, that's gonna suck. Perhaps he was aiming to, nope, he's aiming to defend against the paperclip. Thing is, like, we're bound to have it at this point in the game. So we can see his last card. Or we go R&D. I guess we'll see his last card. We should just find out. So I'm just spending my stealth card to pump this to get my net Mercur trigger. Okay, it's a Quandary. So that actually locks us out of the remote once he plays it. So we have to start controlling R&D from this point on. So our last 4 cards are the other silencer, which is probably good for us. We've got the other copy of Doppelganger, which is also good for us. Oh, sorry, this is in our hand, so we can just go R&D here. If we draw Doppelganger... Yeah, okay. Let's just start making runs. So money is no object. We just got to access everything. Back channels. Want to make sure he didn't draw any agenda here, so we're going to access the whole hand. Got rid of the overwriter. Quandary, vanilla, 2 overwriters gone. Wow. What did I draw there? I shouldn't have drawn. No, it's fine, I guess. We don't have any breakers to search. So here's the old food thing happening because he's on match point. We are very much not. So we got to steal 2 more. But let's start doppling. What do we got in R&D? Nothing we care about. We can break literally everything in the game right now. Get a protein source. Yeah. Ah, there it is. They had to be in there somewhere, right? So, got a lot of work done by net Mercur, and we had even more we could have done if we were using the silencer more often. This game would have been dicey if we'd needed this refractor, so I think at the time that I ran, I should not have run into the Cortex and just sat back and installed Refractor. At that point, I don't think he'd be able to win. I'm tempted to put another barrier breaker in here. Problem is, like, the only one that really works in remotes in faction is like Aurora, and that's pretty miserable. I guess maybe it's just more draw power. If we draw our whole deck, we'll eventually get it. So maybe that's the play. Anyway, I'm enjoying this deck. If you like Stealth Andy before, this is probably a good addition. I don't know if I would put 2. The reason I have 2 is it's good early. It's one of these like per run, but at the same time, 1 copy, even getting it late. If you have a career fair hanging around, you can get that for free and start making value. And if you're running a lot, like if you're doing 4 runs a turn and you have like 2 silencers, you can trigger this maybe 2 to 3 times a turn. So at that point, it's a huge amount of econ source, even to power your late game runs. And the best part, it doesn't take up any MU, so you can still have your sucker tokens building up alongside your breakers. So it was definitely not a good idea to become Ian, because he ended up getting a ton of money, right? We got money off the protein source. We got money off of the research fundraisers that got played. We ended up having more money than we really needed. So I guess going to Silhouette would have actually been right. And we could have gotten the Expose on some of these cards to avoid hitting the June Bug, for example. I really like the Rebirth. I know some people don't play it because it's an influence, and every influence is pretty important, but the flexibility it gives you is pretty valuable in my mind. Just to be able to deal with kind of the weird cases. Like, you don't see too many trap decks, but being able to go to Silhouette when there is a trap deck is pretty sweet. If you can get an HQ, you can just go game and get a lot of money. Like, there's a lot of good ideas to switch into. Leela is pretty much never bad against a lot of the NBN decks that are gonna have to score 4 agendas.